How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. On today's episode we're going to be focusing on the board that is going to support my splitter. So you can see on the floor I already got it pre-bent. I just gotta trim the edges to line it up with the splitter and tag it in place. This will probably be the last video I do on the whole fabrication of the front end, because the rest of the stuff I got left it's just a smaller overflow tank and probably some mounts for other stuff, so nothing that I really need to record. So after this I'll probably jump back inside the car again and start doing all the brackets under the dash for my fuse box and my ECU and all that good stuff. Alright, so now that I got the bumper on, the first thing we're gonna do is create 3 tabs right there and over there that bolt to the splitter, so that way the back of the splitter is fixed in place and we can work towards the front, because we gotta get it leveled. Right now it's all flimsy because the original core support is not there, so I gotta create all those mounting tabs again. So let's start with that. Alright, so as you can see, I got my tabs welded in place. So now I gotta get underneath the car, mark where the hole is, and drill them out. Alright, so it's a new day. Yesterday I left off on putting my bar on the bumper and then bolting the splitter to this bottom support for the radiator. So the plan today is to go ahead and attach that bar to this one with some tubing, like how you see over there. It's just gonna go across. It's gonna mount to it, and then after that we can go ahead and remove the bumper and see how much room we got. Alright, so this is what it's looking like. Put the intercooler on just to check for clearances, because I wasn't sure if that was gonna hit. That right there. But it doesn't hit, it clears on both sides. And also I wanted to make sure that it was looking symmetrical. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and finalize those welds.
1 pair of pants later.
Alright, so this is where I left off yesterday. Got that bottom bar all finished. Then I had to go ahead and install my steering pump, because I need to know how much space I got here to work with. And the idea right now is to come off out of here, up, and then bent to mount to the chassis right there. So that's gonna help me a lot with the downforce that the splitter is gonna be seeing. So that's that. On this other side I don't got anything going on. The only thing I have here is another catch can down there, but that can be relocated if it's needed. That's not a big deal. The only thing I gotta wash out is the bumper. Make sure that it is tight to the inside of the bumper all the way up. So let's go ahead and do that now. Here are my 6 tabs. Now what's gonna happen next is I'm gonna weld captive nuts to the back of this. That way I only have to put a bolt from the bottom of the car, and I don't have to be holding a nut from the top to tie it up. Alright, as you can see, got them tacked in place. To weld it completely, I gotta remove the bumper, but before I do that, I wanna make some tabs for, can't see it, but that little bolt right there, that's from the splitter strut that regulates the height. And right now it's hooked up to the bumper, so it's pretty much just for looks. That's what I'm talking about. That's that guy right there and that one. So those, if you twist it one way or the other, it will push the splitter down or up, depending on how much downforce you need. So pretty much is to tune how the splitter sits for less or more aggressive. So to the bumper right now, how it is, once the wind starts doing downforce here, that's gonna flex a lot, so that's not doing much there. So I want to do some metal tabs on the back of it that will hook up to the chassis. That way when I twist it, it will be strong, the wind won't rip it off and all that sort of stuff. So let me go ahead and do that now before I remove the bumper. Alright, so here's a better look what it's looking like. Because I have the tabs right there, and then this is the piece that's gonna hold the rod for the splitter. So one on each side. I'm just got it tacked in place for now. I gotta go ahead and weld them out completely, and then I'm gonna move on to the oil cooler bracket in that area. Alright, so I threw the intercooler pipes on just to see what kind of distances I'm working with. So you can see that clears right there. Not that I didn't check before. I'm just showing you guys what I got going on. So this intercooler pipe is gonna be bottom routed, but I'm holding up that U-turn right there, because I'm gonna need it no matter what. I'm gonna need that U-turn, right? So what I'm thinking is that this oil cooler is gonna get mounted right here in this space on an angle, and the idea is that I'm gonna remove the fog lights from the bumper, and I'm gonna make a duct that's gonna blow air on it, right? And the one on the other side is gonna be for the intake. So a duct is gonna come out of here and go up, and it's gonna kind of like make like a funnel for the intake. So I'm gonna go ahead and start working on the mounting tabs for the bottom. Alright, so this is what it's gonna look like. It's mounted in 3 locations, one there, one in the back, and one up there. Let me get you a closer look. That's that one right there. Back and up here. And then the lines are just gonna run around the power steering pump and get inside. Alright, next I'm gonna go ahead and mount the oil catch can. And so before it used to be mounted along the frame rail like that, front to back. But since I mentioned before, I wanna put a duct from the fog light housing all the way up to my intake, and so I need to push it back how it is right now. So I'm gonna create some mounting points for that. All right, oil catch can installed. That's the bracket right there. It's got one there and one in the back. Back there. So I turned the wheel just to make sure I'm not hitting it. Did the same thing on the other side. Make sure I'm not hitting the oil cooler. So getting closer to be finished. Alright, I took the whole thing out of the car so I can finish up some of the welds here on the underside and give it some paint because it's already starting to build up some rust. You can see it there. So yeah, these bare metal just rust real quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Look how crazy it looks out of the car. There's a lot going on.